So, you want to be a dungeon master.
So you want to be a dungeon master.
So you want to be a dungeon.
So you want to be a dungeon master.
So, you want to be a dungeon master.
That's great. We're here to help. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Justin. This week, tune those lutes, clean out your flutes, and get those bongos ready, gang, because we're going over the 2024 Bard class. We'll cover everything you need to play the class while giving our opinions on any changes from the 2014 version. Which parts are better? Which parts feel worse? And remember, these are simply our opinions. Just because we dislike a change between the versions doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just may not be for us. Fun is always the most important thing, and what better way to have fun than a bard? Let's get into it. But first... Taylor, you want to take this one over? This is
I'll do it. Since this was, I think I might know the answer to this because I pretty much, when we were talking about it beforehand, what is a spell, since we're talking about bards today, what's a spell from the bard spell list that you would want to have like IRL, actually have and be able to cast?
I'm so glad you asked. You know me, anybody who knows me, number one, I'm a bard main. I love bards. I love playing them so freaking much. I love the 2014 version. I have strong feelings about the changes that we're going to talk about today. And I love the spell list. I think it's interesting. It's a little challenging because it's not like as big as, like, let's say the wizard or even the sorcerer spell list, but I've always been a fan of it. And it's easy for me to just choose Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion.
Right, which is what I guessed before.
Which
is what I guessed.
Read me like a book.
Okay.
Like a spell book that has Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion in it. A spell
it's
scroll.
It's a great spell.
Yeah. I love it so much, but I think it only lasts like 8 hours a day. It's high level, so you're probably only going to be able to cast it once a day unless you use an even higher level spell slot. And the way this question is phrased, I can't imagine I'm just cranking out spell slots left and right, so I got to keep that in mind. And it is for these reasons, Taylor, and Your Honor and the jury, thank you for joining us today. I must choose the Awaken spell.
Oh, okay.
I will cast Awaken on my cat, Jessica, and she will gain an intelligence of 10. She will also gain the ability to speak one language I know.
That's awesome.
Jessica is charmed by me for 30 days. Unless I do something harmful to it, which I'm obviously not going to do. Insane. It takes 8 hours to cast. That is going to be a long time to hold on to a cat. I will be honest, but I'm willing to take that. Willing to take that risk because I think this spell is a lot of fun. Close runner-up: animate objects.
See, that was going to be mine.
No, really?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Steve. Okay.
No, you're good.
What about you, Taylor? What would you choose?
Yeah, definitely animate objects.
No way.
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's a great spell. It's a really great spell. And being able, I'm a locksmith in my day job. So every once in a while, I'd want to be able to just let the picks do their own thing. Just be like, all right, you guys do it.
Yeah, really
animate my
Mickey
picks.
Mouse sorcerer about it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't
That's
really
awesome.
feel like installing this. Okay. Well, I'll just make it install itself. There we go.
Yeah, that's so interesting. How far would you go with it? What can you make an animated object really do?
Right.
Because if you're just reading the spells, I mean, obviously you get to control it and stuff like that, but also it's got stats and attacks and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But yeah, could you animate an entire a bunch of pieces and get them to Voltron together?
That's crazy. I would just do it on my drill, to be perfectly honest, because if it doesn't have any appendages for locomotion, it gains a flying speed. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to animate my drill. I'll just hold it here, let the drill do all the work.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a movie called Terminal Velocity. Have you ever heard of or seen that movie?
Uh-uh.
Crazy. I can't believe I'm bringing this up. it's like a weird horror movie based on like all the electronics coming to life and being evil.
Mm-hmm.
So like included cars somehow, but also like I remember there being like vending machines that were like shooting out things like crazy and like hitting people and doing damage. And then there was like, of course, there's like a family carving a turkey, but they have one of those electric knives and it starts going haywire, dude. But anyway.
Oh no.
Terminal Velocity. Yeah, that's like a 80s, 90s classic. So bards.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
So bards. Hey gang, we wanted to talk to you about something pretty important real quick. See, we have some really cool ideas for the future, but we need your help. You can do that by supporting us through our Patreon. At the lowest tier, you get early access to podcast episodes, access to episodes of Action Surge, our post-session table talk show, and entry into a private channel on our Discord server. At the next tier, you can get access to Bonus Action, our bonus content podcast where we talk about a huge variety of D&D and TTRPG related things, like Multi-Class Mystery Mashup, where we get 2 random classes and have to build a character, or Monster Matchmaker, where we go over our favorite monsters at each CR level, or recaps of our home campaign, plus so much more. Joining the Patreon helps us continue to grow and put out content that gets better and better as we learn, improve, and try new things. So, check out the link in the description to join the gang today. Taylor, what do you like about playing a bard?
What do I like about playing a bard?
Yeah, you've played a
Honestly,
bard before. I know that you wouldn't be opposed to doing it again in the future. What do you enjoy about it?
I like the versatility, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is the thing that draws me the most to bard is just but the versatility of the spell list and also what I can do in combats and out of combats. Like there's not really a situation where a bard is not useful.
Yeah, I totally agree. Bards are very, for me personally, like my play style and my personality and how I like playing tabletop role-playing games, bards lean into all of it. Like where it's like,
right.
I like being funny and jokey and like talking, you know? It sounds like, I feel like such an asshole. I like being the center of attention. It's why I'm the DM. It's why I'm the DM so often. So like if I'm a player, a bard is nice. I'll sing songs. I'll literally sing songs.
Yeah.
I'm desperate for attention. But yeah, I love playing bards. So much fun. They are so versatile. I have been dying to play a more martial based bard. That's like the one thing I haven't done. I've played maybe 3 different bards and
yeah,
they were all lore bards. Every single one.
You just can't stay away from those magical secrets.
I'm obsessed.
You just can't.
It's because when you play, most of the time, like 2 of those were one shots, and so it's like, okay, I'm at level 6 if I'm lucky. Or the one shot, you know, it's always lower level sort of. So it's, you never really get to explore a ton of things. I'm not going to multi-class as much, if at all.
And lore really does give you the most bang for your buck.
As soon as you get to level 6,
leveling,
boom, you're getting extra spells from any class. You get to put so much flavor on your character. If you want your character to have some sort of like psychic connection, you can pick spells that do psychic damage. If you want fire, you can pick fireball. If you want to just be like magic in general, counterspell, like all different kinds of flavors you can add depending on which spell. I've picked like Spirit Guardians before and like Find Steed, and then it was like I had this weird.
Ooh, Find Steed's a fun one.
Yeah, like all kinds of interesting stuff. Interesting story though. You can't pick Find Steed in 2024. More on that later. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get into it. I'll kick us off at level 1, starting with some proficiencies. The interesting thing here is that you only start with simple weapon proficiencies. Nothing else.
Okay.
In 2014, it includes hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords, but they removed all of those. And I think that's weird.
Wow.
I kind of hate it. Yeah.
That's
just a tiny note. Yeah. Everything else is pretty much the same. Choose 3 skills, dex and charisma saving throws, light armor only, no shields or anything. That's all pretty standard. You get your bardic inspiration. For the most part, it's the same. Bonus action, 60-foot range. Creature has to be able to hear or see you, which is, I think that's a tiny change. I don't know if or see used to be in that sentence. I'm not 100%.
Yeah.
I didn't notate that part, but yeah, check on that. The rest of it is very similar with one exception. It lasts an hour or until they use it on any D20 test, which is 2024's way of saying attack roll, saving throw, or ability check.
Right.
But it lasts an hour now instead of 10 minutes, which is dope.
That's
nice. That's just a good thing. Yeah, that's fine.
Just a quality of life awesomeness.
I feel like a lot of people hand wave some of that too. Like when you cast it on somebody and then like in game 2 hours go by, but like out of game 10 minutes has gone by. It's like, yeah, you can still have your bardic. It's fine.
Right.
But this is like a nice thing to like, I do like that. Did you
they
look
did
up the...
add, yeah, they did add to or C.
Interesting.
One. The original 2014 rules is only here, but I mean, it makes sense if you want to do like a dancer bard or something like that.
They did add the College of Dance, which, by the way, folks, we covered that in a previous episode where we talked all about new subclasses. So go back and check that one out. Yeah, you're absolutely right, though. It opens it up to visual art as in addition to auditory art, I suppose. Right. Does that make sense? The rest of it is exactly the same. It becomes a D8 at 5th level. Excuse me. It starts at a D6. At 5th level, it becomes a D8. 10th level, a D10. 15th level, a D12. So that's your Bardic Inspiration. You get a number of uses each equal to your Charisma modifier. That's the same. Now we got our spell casting. Prepared spells. You see the Bard table. Shows you all the different spells that you can have prepared in terms of how many spell slots, all that. You start at 4 first level spells, goes up based on your level, and up to level 20, you'll get 22 prepared spells. That's like the max that you'll have at the end. Now in 2014, it also ended at 22, but the level ups were just slightly different. It's just interesting to see. It's just like it feels so arbitrary, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like in 2014, it's like, oh, at level 14, you have 1/8 level. I'm making this up. That's not what it is, but you have an 8th level spell. But then it's like in 2024, you don't get an 8th level spell until 16th level or something. Like it's just like a little different, but it still ends the same, I guess, which is fun. So that's just level 1, spell casting, Bardic Inspiration,
balancing,
all those proficiencies.
Question mark, something arbitrary.
Yeah. Who knows? I guess we'll see it play out. I don't know if it really matters, but the Bardic Inspiration lasting longer, that's just a good thing. The removing of some of the weapons, I totally dislike. I don't like that at all, but okay. Level 2, we get our expertise. 2 of your skills, you get to bump up into those extra double proficiencies. Then you get 2 more at level 9. You also get your jack of all trades. Same as always. Nice. You add your half of your proficiency bonus rounded down to any skill that you're not proficient in, including initiative.
Nice.
Now, I forgot to mention, expertise used to be a 3rd level thing, but it's level 2 now. So that's good. Cool. That seems fine with me.
Sure. Yeah.
Level 3, you get your subclass and 2nd level spells. Level 4, we get our ASI or your feat. Level 5, we get a Font of Inspiration. Now you regain all of your Bardic Inspirations on a short rest now. That's the same. But you can also burn a leveled spell slot to regain a Bardic die. No action required.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
Real nice.
That's really cool.
Especially with the 2014 version giving you a lot more uses for your Bardic die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real nice.
Yeah, your subclasses, like 99% of the time with a Bardic subclass are going to give you an extra use of how to, flavor on it, the same way that like clerics get channeled divinities and all that kind of shit. So yeah, that's just a good thing across the board. And then we get our 3rd level spells.
Hell yeah.
So that's awesome.
All right. Well, moving on to level 6, subclass feature. No surprises there. Level 7, you do get Counter Charm, which lets you use a reaction on yourself or on an ally that's within 30 feet and that has just failed a save against being frightened or charmed, and they get to re-roll the save with advantage. And I'm not seeing, is this just as many times as you want? Do you just do this once per turn, or
it's your reaction? But yeah,
it's your reaction. Really? So there's no other. I like that.
Yeah, it used to be one of those features that people just genuinely never used. They just hated it.
Right.
Because you used to have to take an action, and you would start playing your instrument or doing your performance, and it would give an aura of advantage on those 2 saves, Charmed and Frightened.
Okay.
But as soon as you stop taking actions to keep the music going, it goes away. So you had to like constantly be pumping into it. And it was like, who the fuck's going to do that? We have half elves on the team. They're already good.
Yeah.
We're fine. So yeah, that's a genuine huge improvement.
Yeah. I really like that ability. That's kind of broken.
It's really, really good. And it's very specific, but I think it has to be because of how good it is, because it's unlimited. It's your reaction. You're a spellcaster, so reactions are one of those things where it's really interesting. It depends on your place.
Yeah,
how are you playing the bard? How frontline are you playing this bard? Because normally
how
you'll have your reaction.
Keeping your reaction, right?
Yeah, you don't. I mean, also counter argument actually. Yeah, bards have a ton of reaction options between some of the subclass options like cutting words from the lore school or counterspell or silvery barbs. But still, it's really good.
But still, I mean, this is good. I would, if there are instances where it would be the best thing to do your reaction to save on a charm or a frighten.
Not to mention the new roll has advantage, so it's not like
has advantage, right?
Yeah, you roll 1 dice. It's like, oh no, I got a 6, and then it's boom, someone counter charm. Now I get to roll 2 d20 and pick the higher of the 2. As if the first dice never happened at all. Which is insane. Right. It's so cool. I feel like
it's like double advantage almost.
Yeah, that mechanic doesn't really exist very often. Very interesting. I love that.
But yeah, also at level 7, you're getting your 4th level spells. Level 8, you're going to get another ability score or a feat. Level 9, you get 2 more expertise skills. And also 5th level spells. Always good. I love
all the Bard Awaken and animate objects.
And now we get to the controversial level 10 magical secrets. So whenever you reach a bard level and your prepared spells increases, the number of prepared spells you have increases, you can choose any new prepared spell from the bard, cleric, druid, and wizard spell lists. They count as bard spells for you whenever you cast them. So like you're going to use charisma rather than intelligence or whatever, that specific spell list usually draws from. And whenever you replace a spell with a new one, it can be from this list. So if I'm reading this properly, that means anytime you gain more prepared spells, you can do magical secrets now, rather than just getting a certain number at level 10.
Pretty much. That's how I read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Because usually it's just 2 spells at 10, and then another 2 at 14, and then another 2 at 18. But you can pick from any list, which I think is the real bummer about this magical secrets. Like, so it's a give and a take, right? You've got your you can now do magical secrets anytime you gain spells, but
pretty much, yeah,
you're restricted to cleric, druid, and wizard spell lists, which I'm not crazy about.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I totally get it that cleric, druid, and wizard are like some of the biggest spell lists.
Yes,
so you are getting a ton of spells.
Yeah.
By no means are we saying this is bad. Like, if this is all I knew, I'd be like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna start getting really crazy and thinking outside the box and da-da-da. But because I know 2014 exists, all I can think about is what has been taken away from me.
Right.
No Eldritch Blast?
Fine.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's bullshit. I want Eldritch Blast.
Find Greater Steed.
Find Greater Steed. I want like some really specific spells. Just because I can, What if I want Hunter's Mark? I don't fucking know. So yeah, that's the only thing. Like like you're saying, I mean, you're getting a ton of really interesting spells. It's not a bad thing.
No, and
just
it's nice that you do. It's every time you level up now, pretty much. Or whenever your spell list increases.
How important do we think the phrase "replace a spell with a new one" is in that sentence? And this is one of those questions also of like, how much do we care? Like, so it depends on how strict about the rules you want to get.
You just start dropping all your bard spells and start going cleric or wizard or something.
No, I'm saying like when they write whenever you replace a spell with a new one, because they could have just written anytime you get a spell, it can be from all of these lists, but they didn't write that. They wrote replace a spell, which makes me think, you know, like how in Baldur's Gate when you level up, it's like, do you want to get rid of a spell and replace it with a different one? It's like when you do that. So I think rules is written, DMs it depends. This is your table. You run it how you want. But I think rules is written every time like a character like a bard levels up, they can like unlearn one of their spells and then learn a new spell, usually only from the bard spell list. But now they can learn it from all 4 of these lists. I don't know if that's what they mean.
It depends on the caster. But I'm looking at how they learn spells. Because like clerics on a long rest can change out, just swap whatever spells.
Yeah, 100%.
Druids are the same way. But I don't know if
bards normally aren't like that. It's normally like
it's usually like on a level up they can change their spells out.
Yeah.
When you gain a level in this class, you can choose one of the bard spells you know and replace it with another. So 1 spell per level you can swap out. And when you do that, it can be from any of the 4 lists.
Yeah.
It's still
really fucking good. It's still really fucking good.
Yeah.
And that's just one interpretation of it. Who really knows what they meant? I think that might be what they meant, but that feels really specific. Who knows? But either way, pretty fucking dope. The other thing I like about 2014, the last thing I'll say on this before we move on.
Yeah.
The other thing I like about it, honestly, is the challenge. Between level 10 and levels 18, not including if you go lore college, you're only getting 6 magical secrets. 6 spells out of, the 22 or however many you're going to have. Right. I like the challenge of being like, oof, what am I going to pick? It's so important. It feels so important, you know?
Right.
I like that challenge. Because I also feel like it's such a low-key powerful ability to just be able to be like, I can draw from any list.
And now, I mean, starting at 5th level spells too.
Yeah.
You know? Like that's a wide variety of stuff that you can do. There's a lot of broken shit that every one of those classes can do with 5th level spells.
Yeah. And at 18th level, you're talking about 9th level spells.
Right.
So now you're doing 9th level from any spell list, so now, literally Wish, Power Word Kill, Meteor Swarm, you know what I mean? It's all possible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Time Stop, True Polymorph. Oh my god.
The short version is get your magical secrets. They're good. They're different in 2024, but it's still really good. I like the give and the take, you know.
Yeah, it's fun. I want to try
that executive dysfunction out of picking spells.
Yeah,
because if you decide, I don't use this spell ever, well, on your next level up, you can switch it off for another one. It is nice to do. Yeah, it even sometimes being beholden to only switching one spell out. There have been times where I've picked a spell list because it's like the very beginning of a campaign. I pick a spell list because we start at like level 5, so I already have a couple spells. And I end up using like only half of them. And there's been like one time where there was a DM who's kind of being a real hard ass about not letting me switch multiple spells. It was like, nah, you're stuck with those spells. And I was like, I never fucking use them. Like, it's not fun. Like, this spell's just gonna die. But that's table to table. That's a whole nother discussion. That's people not having fun. Okay, level 11. Moving on. You get your 6th level spells. Level 12, ASI or feat. Level 13, bringing that joke back. Level 13, 7th level spells. Level 14, you get your subclass feature, your final one. Then
15 8th level spells.
Hell yeah. Level 16, another ability score increase or feat. Level 17, you get your 9th level spells. And level 18, you're going to get superior inspiration. Whenever you roll initiative, you regain uses of bardic inspiration until you have 2 bardic dice. So this is a little bit different. They give it to you sooner than
This used to be the capstone.
2014.
And it was worse.
Yeah.
It used to be the level 20 thing, and it was only 1 dice. Like, it's insane how much better they did this.
Yeah. Because I'm sure we talked about it in the Bard episode.
Oh, we hate it.
It feels like a very underwhelming capstone.
Yeah. At that point, pick one level of anything else and have fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go cleric, go rogue. Like, who gives a shit at that point?
So yeah, definitely way better in 2014. At level 19 or 2024, I should say. We're talking about the new. Mm-hmm. So way better in the new version. Level 19, you get Epic Boon. This is, I think, every class kind of has access to this boon list.
Yeah, think of them like feats. Like they're in the list, like in the actual physical or digital player's handbook. It'll be in the section with all the feats. They just combine all of them because now there's like origin feats. Then there's the main list of normal feats that we're used to every time you get an ASI or feat. Then there's fighting style feats. They include those in that section of the book. So that's like your archery, you get a +2, and your defense +1 on AC kind of thing, your fighting style stuff.
Right.
And then after that is epic boons. And so there's just another list of these like high level feats.
I gotcha.
And in the player's handbook, when it gets to this section in each class, so we're doing Bard, level 19 epic boon, it gives you one recommended one.
Okay. So the recommended one for level 19 is the boon of spell recall. You get to increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma by 1 to a max of 30. Wild. And you get the free casting ability. Anytime you cast a spell that's with a level 1 to 4 spell slot, you roll a d4. If the roll matches the level, you don't spend the slot, which is dope as hell.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Well, I'm sure we're going to have to do an episode just on all these boons and new feats and stuff.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, this is, objectively good.
Yeah, definitely fun.
And then going into level 20, your capstone bard situation here, you get words of creation. So you're always going to have power word kill and power word heal prepared. Doesn't count against your spell list or anything like that. You just have them. And you can target a second creature as long as they're within 10 feet of the first one. That is wild.
Yep.
That is just absolutely wild.
Isn't it? Isn't that crazy?
I mean, shit. Either way, like kill or heal would go hard as fuck. You can do 2?
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
It's, oh my God. Yeah, absolutely bonkers. Not to mention you can heal yourself. So that's.
Now, are these spells changed in 2024? Or is it still like if you're under 100 hit points and somebody does power word kill on you, you're just fucking dead?
That's a great question. I'm not 100% how much they have been changed. Let me see if they're publicly available on D&D Beyond. Sorry. Powered kill. You compel one creature you can see within range to die. So insane. If the target has 100 hit points or fewer, it dies. Oh my God, dude. So
That's
funny.
crazy.
But then it says, otherwise, it takes 12d12 psychic damage.
Ooh.
That's new, dude.
I don't think. Yeah, that is new. Usually it's either it works new or it doesn't.
Hardcore, dude. That's hardcore.
Wow.
Power word heal. Power word heal, we have a wave of healing energy washes over one creature you can see within range, 60 feet, by the way. Target regains all of its hit points. If the creature has charmed, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned, that condition ends. If the creature, wait, this is fun. If the creature has the prone condition, it can use its reaction to stand up.
Huh.
That's dope. That's like in a Pokemon
and it's a
when you
range
use
spell
like
now.
a full restore or whatever.
Yeah.
And it like heals your status thing and your health.
And everything. Yeah, it brings your HP all the way to max. Gets
Get
all
back in there,
rid of all
Raichu.
the-
You're
yeah.
not. This fight's not over, Raichu.
Yeah. The weird thing is, so power word heal is a touch spell in 2014.
Woof. Dang, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. See, yeah, power
So,
heal for me is
Both of
Clear
those
Sandbox
spells have
2014.
been completely overhauled in the best of ways. And with this now actually good capstone thing, there's a reason to go all the way to level 20 in Bard because you can use it on two things at the same time.
Yeah, that's insane.
Imagine
That's
your freaking
insane.
front line just being down, like the two tanks or the tank and the healer, and then you're like, you know what? No, both of you guys are back up, full health, no status conditions.
Putting the barbarian back to full health is brutal.
Right.
The dragon like downs the barbarian. The
gives
barbarian goes to 0, goes down, and you're like, no, now you have 200 health again. Now you have you're level 20. Now you have 300 health again.
Right.
And you're no longer prone, and you're no longer like frightened. You're good.
Right.
That's insane. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we can definitely agree. There's so much. I mean, here's how I feel, and then you tell me how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't dislike the level 10 magical secrets thing. I just also love the 2014 thing. I love that the challenge of it. I love the like having to pick between only 6 spells. Like it sucks. It's high level, so it's like hard to you get the 6th at 18th level. It's who's playing at that fucking level, let's be honest. So I get it. Other than that little hiccup, I think this is all good.
Yeah.
The simple
tend to
weapons
agree
thing
with
at level
you.
1. That's the only other thing.
That's pretty rough.
That's
Although
stupid. It would be so simple to just give them those items.
I mean, so is there a way other than your class to get proficiencies in weapons? I mean, I'm sure there are.
Yeah,
usually
there's feats.
Okay, there's feats that you can get. Okay,
There's feats, and then like the only other way is specifically the College of Valor.
Okay,
so it's the College of Valor, which will give you extra weapons and stuff,
or extra weapons, armor, or
feats.
You can do. Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
So
I mean,
I'm not a fan of that. It would be so simple to just be like, nah, you can still use rapiers. It's fine.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Yeah.
I would let my players use the like that's fine. That's like an easy thing to just tack on there and be like, who cares? I don't care if my bard has how often, unless you're a melee bard, which in case you'll get the weapon proficiencies anyway. So I don't mind a magic based bard to have, a fucking crossbow. Especially at low levels, that's actually so helpful because you run out of spells so fucking fast, and bards at low levels, Magic Secrets is out, and you only get like Thunder Wave or Thunderclap or one of those, and Vicious Mockery are like the only damage dealing cantrips you get. So like
that's rough.
Being able to shoot a crossbow is actually so helpful.
Right.
So helpful at low levels. So that's one thing I genuinely dislike. Level 10 is just a personal flavor thing. Like I can't fault anybody for disagreeing with me. Like you're right.
Yeah.
It is better. Like you get way more secrets. For some reason I like fewer secrets. Fewer but better secrets. I want juicier secrets.
Right.
Like 2014 is like
Quality
my
over
actual
quantity.
friend group. Yes. 2014 is my actual friend group, and 2024 Magical Secrets is like what you see on Instagram. You're seeing huge parties and it's like those are fake. But anyway, let's get into subclasses.
Let's do it.
So,
let's talk about them.
College of Dance, as we said. Go back and listen to episode 58. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Then we have 3 other ones to go over. These are all from older editions. For the most part, haven't been changed a ton. We'll go over them again just to refresh and stuff, but like there's not a ton that's been changed. Little tiny things here and there. Some are better, some are like totally arbitrary and just like, oh, okay, that's fine, I guess. And some are genuinely good. So, starting off, College of Glamour. Level 3, you get your Beguiling Magic. Okay. So, you always have Charm Person and Mirror Image prepared.
Nice.
After you cast an enchantment or an illusion spell using a slot, you can cause a creature within 60 feet of you to have to make a Wisdom saving throw. On a fail, the target is charmed or frightened for 1 minute. You get to choose.
Wild.
So they kind of took the ability from the College of Glamour and the College of Whispers and combined them a little bit and made it a little bit better.
Right.
It used to take 1 minute of either performing or whispering, depending on it if it was Glamour or Whispers. And then they would make the Wisdom save. Yeah, it was like you have to be talking to this person for 1 minute and then you can make this thing. And it was like, that's so dumb. When am I doing that? Like, I get it. You can obviously 1 minute is not that long out of combat, but still it's like, ugh.
Right.
But now it's nothing. It's literally you cast an enchantment or an illusion spell and then boom, pick a creature within 60 feet, which is nice. And the target does repeat the saves at the end of their turn. You can use this benefit once per long rest, unless you burn a bardic to do it again. And let's remind our listeners, now with 2024, you can burn a leveled spell slot to regain a bardic die. No action required.
That's true.
Which pretty much means, yeah, if you run out of bardics, but you still want to use your Beguiling Magic, you just burn a spell slot and do it that way. So that's dope. Level 3, you also get Mantle of Inspiration. Bonus action, expend a use of Bardic and roll the die. A number of creatures equal to your Charisma modifier within 60 feet of yourselves. That's the target. The way I wrote this outline is insane. So caveman-y kind of. Like just being like, why many word when few word do good? Just like, oh god. So you target a number of creatures equal to your Charisma modifier within 60 feet, and they receive temporary hit points equal to 2 times the number you roll on the Bardic die. So if you roll a 5, it's 10 temporary hit points.
Okay.
To how many creatures? A number of creatures equal to your Charisma modifier within 60 feet of yourselves. I think I've made my point. Now, they can also, in addition to the temporary hit points, they can also use their reactions if they choose to move up to their speed without opportunity attacks. How fun.
Wow.
Really good.
Whoa. Yeah, that's a really good ability.
And that's a single bonus. That's a single Bardic and a bonus action.
I mean, and that's honestly a good reason to do this ability even without the temp HP. Like at that point, the temp HP becomes like icing on the cake. Holy crap.
Yeah. I mean, it's really nice because it's such a huge radius. 60 feet and you're hitting and you're able to like, boom, 10 temporary hit points on top of everybody in battle.
Right.
You know, like that can be the difference.
Everybody can move their speed if they choose to. Their whole speed, not half speed, their whole fucking movement.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
Crazy.
Really, really good. The new part about this is that the temporary hit points that you gain, the 2 times the number, it used to just be a set number that increased with your level. So this is definitely better.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little complicated the way that I wrote it in the outline, but like I think it's pretty clear. Level 6, Mantle of Majesty. Bonus action, you can cast Command without using a spell slot. You take on an unearthly appearance for 1 minute, requiring concentration, and during that time, you can cast Command as a bonus action without using any slots.
Hell yeah.
It's insane. Now, any creature that's charmed by you automatically fails the save.
Wild. So, and Command is an enchantment spell, so you're also...
Yeah.
able to do this charm frighten thing, your beguiling magic bit on top of this. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's really intense.
That's crazy.
It's really intense. It's really good.
Crowd control capabilities of this is wild.
Yeah, command is really intense, especially if you're talk about an easy fucking way to burn legendary resistances.
Absolutely.
Because being commanded would fucking suck. The only upside to being commanded is that you could still take your legendary actions. It's just your main action. You would have to, like, when it becomes your turn, you would have to do whatever the command says, like halt or grovel or whatever the fuck, which is always so humiliating when you're a DM and you're like, the dragon, and somebody's like, I cast command, and it fails, and they're like, grovel, and you're like, fuck, my tough ass dragon looks like a bitch right now. Oh no.
Oh no.
But whatever. It's the interesting thing here is that, like, College of Whispers in 2014 had a similar sort of vibe with the Mantle of Majesty, but I don't think that it was obviously the command spell. It was something else. So it's like they don't have a College of Whispers right now. I'm sure the Unearthed Arcana, and they'll get it soon or whatever, but as of right now.
Right.
And so they added in the ability for the Beguiling Magic to frighten in addition to charm. But if we're being honest, doing frightened gains us nothing. You at a certain level, at level 6, you should be trying to charm people unless they're some kind of fey creature and you know they can't be charmed or something, obviously. But you should be trying to charm, because frightened doesn't do shit for your Mantle of Majesty.
Exactly.
It doesn't help command people if they're scared of you. They need to be into you.
They need to be all about that.
Yeah.
All about that life.
Yeah, there needs to be some semblance of consent going on there. If they're frightened, it's weird. It gets weird fast, and it's already weird. But hopefully you're casting this against monsters, and you're a responsible bard. Level 14.
Level 14.
Oh, I should mention you get one use of that Mantle of Majesty per long rest, or you can burn a third or higher level slot and do it again.
Oh, sure.
So interesting. Level 14.
Level 14.
Unbreakable Majesty. Whoa. Bonus action, assume a magically majestic presence for 1 minute or until you're incapacitated. For the duration, whenever a creature hits you with an attack roll for the first time on a turn, the attacker must make a charisma saving throw, or the attack misses.
Wow.
Only one use per short or long rest, though.
I mean, that's fine.
Oh, it lasts 1 minute. My mistake. I forgot that part.
Lasts a minute. Yeah.
I literally forgot that was included. I thought it was just like...
Yeah, if it was that would be dumb.
Just one attack.
If you could... One attack, that's lame.
It's lame as hell. It's like a parry. When a monster stat block has parry, and it's like, for one attack, you can up your AC by 3. It's like, go fuck yourself. All the players have shield. I get parry? What is this? Fucking parry. But yeah, that's the fucking that's the College of Glamour.
Yeah,
really fun, honestly.
Yeah,
even just getting to level
like
6, getting that fucking command thing is so fun, dude. I made one. I don't know if I told you. I made one in Baldur's Gate.
Okay,
because they added it to the game with the patch and stuff. So
I think we were talking about it. Yeah,
I made a level 12 fucking guy, and
hell yeah,
that ability is bonkers. Like, we were fighting a gang. It was like all the little minions and then one big guy. And I just focused on the big guy. And I was like, the first thing I did, he came down with this crazy looking weapon. So I was like, drop your weapon. And then after every round after that was just grovel. Get down on the ground. You fucking get down on the ground. Right. How dare you stand and make eye contact with me? You disgusting undead. How dare you? And then I had everybody else just take advantage swings because they're prone. It was brutal.
Right.
It was brutal. It was not close. Yeah. But okay. Moving on.
Yeah. Moving on. Next one's College of Lore. Just look like it's a whole lot different from 2014. So level 3, you're gonna get your bonus proficiency. So you get 3 more skills that you're proficient in. You get cutting words as a reaction. You can use a bardic to reduce an attack roll that you see within 60 feet.
Which is
pretty
dope.
straightforward. Yeah, I mean, dope as hell. Dope as hell. I'm pretty sure they get it in 2014 as well, though.
No doubt. Yeah, definitely.
No, yeah. Okay. Level 6, you get your magical discoveries, so your additional little secrets. You can get 2 spells from, again, the cleric, the druid, or wizard spell list. It would be the one thing I would say is it would be nice for this one, for the College of Lore, to be open.
Even that would be fucking awesome. Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. And
all the more reason
these spells are always prepared. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I feel like everybody would just pick lore at that point, but it's true. Like, I think just having those 2 spells from any spell list would be nice.
Yeah. I'd have to really spend a little bit more time into the class spell lists in 2024 to see which spells I can't pick, and so that I have more to gripe over.
Right. Just finding stuff to be mad at.
Yeah, I am. Because in 2014, there's that 5th level spell, Circle of Power. Yeah. And if memory serves, in 2014, it was only a paladin spell. But in 2024, I'll give them credit. I at least as long as I'm remembering this correctly, they opened it up to clerics, I think.
Interesting.
Which means it's on the cleric list, which means a bard can pick it. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. They're in the player's handbook. Thanks, D&D Beyond. You know, I own both of these books, Mr. Website. I don't understand why I gotta get the digital versions also. I have physical copies. Just let me type a code in. So annoying. I hate that you have to own 2 different copies. It's like, what world do we live in where I need 2 copies of a book?
We live in the late stage capitalism world. That's where we're at.
Damn it, you're
Everything
right.
costs money.
God,
I know.
You're right. All right.
Damn it, I know. But anyway, moving on to level 14 for College of Lore here. You get Peerless Skill. So this is whenever you make an ability check or an attack roll, ability check or an attack roll, and you fail, you can burn a bardic and add it to the roll for yourself, which is real nice.
Really
used to only be ability checks. Now you can do attack rolls too. I think that's, just quality of life improvement.
It's genuinely better because I used to hate level 14. It sucked. Just an ability check, it was like, okay, I'm a bard. Like, when am I failing ability checks? Like, I'm fucking crushing ability checks.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have 2 expertise, or excuse me, 4. I have 4 skills that have expertise, and I have a million others that still have really high stats. Like, what are we doing? But now adding the attack roll thing is huge. Yes. Love it.
And being able to know that it fails rather than having to just kind of use it willy-nilly, like on an attack roll, is nice.
Yeah. Especially like the important ones.
Yeah. Does that hit? No. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll this bardic, because even at level 14, that's like a D10 now, right?
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good.
So that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. And that's College of Lore. Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah, really only that one change at level 14. That one improvement, really. Okay. College of Valor. With the exception of the College of Dance, which has a little bit of like the bardic version of a blade dancer. That is kind of like the College of Dance. That has some martial qualities to it.
Right.
Other than that, the only other martial-based bard is the College of Valor. So at level 3, we're going to be able to get a little twist on our inspiration. We get that combat inspiration. Creatures with your bardic die, now they can use it for more stuff. I think that's officially what it says in the book. You can use it for more stuff. Stuff number 1, defense. As a reaction, you can add your bardic to your AC for 1 attack. It's a reaction. It feels shitty because it's like just 1 attack.
Yeah.
But your bardic goes up to a 12. It's like, fuck, that's a ton of extra AC, and you can use it on... There are some creatures that only get 1 attack, but they're big attacks, so it still could come in handy having it. The other stuff is offense. You get to add your bardic to the damage that you do with an attack roll.
Okay.
So, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just extra uses. You give that bardic inspiration out, let the player decide what they're going to use it on. You know, they can use it on an ability check, a saving throw, an attack roll, and now they can also, as a reaction, add it to their AC. They can do more damage. All kinds of options.
Yeah.
We also
love options.
Speaking of options, we also get, as we spoke about earlier, martial training. So now we are proficient in martial weapons, medium armor, and shields.
Okay.
You can also use a weapon as a spellcasting focus. I should mention, as a DM, I've never put too much focus on spellcasting focuses. Foci?
Yeah. Foci, yeah.
I think it is. So, play that how you will at your table. Here's what I'll say about martial training. Number one, again, I just think the base class deserves like 2 fucking martial weapons. Short swords and rapiers aren't going to kill us, okay? We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, you've made all the classes so much better. And then you're just like weirdly like, but not you, magical bards. You have to use fucking clubs. Use your slingshots, knave. Like, what the fuck is this? Why can't I use a goddamn sword? How dare you? So anyway, that just pisses me off. But
you spent too much time in college. You don't know how to use a sword.
What the hell, man? I'm gonna
I was in fencing club.
Repair. So we have we have this martial training. We have these things. The one thing I'm also going to say is, what a bummer that you have to use one of your feats to get a weapon mastery as this subclass. I hated that when because I did build out a College of Valor bard from this setting or not setting, 2024 version. And when I found that out, I was genuinely pissed. I was PO'd, as the kids say, because now I have to use one of my feats to do this, which means I have to not use my feat to do something else. Now, of course, the feats are good. When you get Weapon Master, you also get a +1 to Dex or Strength. So that's great. But it's just like a little annoying because 2024, like one of the big things of 2024, especially for martial shit, is the weapon mastery. And to just be like, hey, here's the martial subclass, but not all of the cool martial things, even though one weapon mastery wouldn't fucking kill you.
No, it really wouldn't. Honestly, though, monks don't get weapon masteries either.
Who?
Monks don't get weapon masteries.
Yeah, also stupid. They should get...
That makes dumb. They should get one.
You should at least a subclass or something.
Right. You should at least be able to pick one that you can do, like quarterstaff or freaking short sword, what have you. You should be able to pick
fists.
one.
I'm surprised they didn't put like a cool... I mean, I guess... no, they count as weapons in a way. Fists. Hands are lethal weapons.
Yeah.
That's what Steven Seagal told me.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's not be taking martial arts.
Dude, I've been training with Steven Seagal for 37 years. He taught me everything I know. Okay?
Oh, geez. Okay.
He also taught me how to ride in a submarine, talk to eagles, and speak other languages. College of Valor, level 3.
You know he's a cop now, right?
I don't want to know anything about him. Didn't he do a movie with DMX? Or like...
Maybe.
Oh, man, I gotta look that up. I think that might be true. Okay.
Okay.
So, level 3, we already went over combat inspiration and our martial training. Level 6, we get that extra attack, which is nice. Now you can attack twice. Here's something that they add, and it's very similar to Eldritch Knights, but it's just another huge just upgrade. You can replace one of your attacks with a cantrip, as long as it has a casting time of an action.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, dope. Just a good thing. You know? It's actually so powerful too, because at a certain level, it genuinely makes sense to almost do that every time if you're going to make the attack action.
Right.
Because your cantrips level up.
2 and 3 D8s and whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not to mention you can do some cool shit with like range and different like styles of attacks. Not to mention just the flavor of it, dog. Yeah, just the flavor of it. So cool.
True Strike or something like that, where
Yeah.
it's just an action, give yourself advantage. on
Booming
your next
Blade,
attack.
Green Flame Blade,
Yeah,
all that shit,
all
dude.
kind of
It's
fun stuff.
dope.
Yeah.
There's so many cool things. They might have changed True Strike actually into I think they might have changed it into a bonus action. I need to double check that. But
Okay, even better.
because True Strike was a spell that it was like I have to use my action so that like
Right.
one attack on my next turn will have advantage. Like that's so
And it's not even
weak.
your next attack; it's just the next attack.
Yeah,
So
it was just
you
like
could do
this
it,
is
and then your
just-
teammate burns it, and you're like, "Well, fuck."
Yeah, this is just pure bad.
Yeah.
So I think they changed it. Do.
Yeah. Either way.
Oh wait, maybe is it still an action? You make one attack. Oh no, now you make an attack as part of it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well,
The attack uses your
that's
spellcasting ability for the attack and damage rolls.
So,
With your weapon. Oh wait, they changed it a ton. It's not advantage anymore.
oh,
Yeah, you just use your spell attack stuff instead of your strength or dex.
interesting.
And it does radiant damage or the weapon's normal damage, your choice. Whoa, big change. Okay, continuing on before I get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
Level 14, Battle Magic. This is so good. After you cast a spell with an action, then you can make one attack with a weapon as a bonus action.
Okay.
So now you just get double action. I mean, sick. Cast
You get your 2
higher level
attacks,
spell.
and yeah. Now, does it have to be a leveled spell, or can you use like one of your attacks to like do a cantrip, and then you get 2 more attacks still?
Oh no, it definitely means
It has to be a leveled spell as your full action.
yeah. You do
Gotcha.
your full action is casting of a spell, and then as a bonus action, one attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still nice.
But yeah, really, really nice, really fun. I really want to play a College of Valor bard so badly, actually. I have an idea for one that is kind of based off of Johnny Cage.
Okay. I like that.
Like the idea of being like, low key, I'm actually really good. I'm good at fighting.
But also,
But
the
I am
movie
a
star
Hollywood
aspect of it.
actor. Yeah,
Right.
I am a Hollywood actor. Don't hit me. Don't touch my face. This is my moneymaker. Like, I'm a coward. I don't like actual violence. Like, if it's not choreographed, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
And so I just think that's so funny. Like, this idea of, like, destiny of being like, you have a higher call. Johnny Cage, you must enter for the Earth Realm in mortal combat. And just being like, who are you, old man? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
If you're not taking me to my condo in Boca Raton, then you get the heck out of here, man. Or I'm going to call security. Like, just playing that guy, this is
Right.
so fucking funny to me. Just kind of like Tom Cruise. But,
Right.
dude, that's so fun. I want to play it so bad.
That's really good.
And I have to use a fucking feat to get my weapon mastery. I hate that. And I think the way the feat works is you just get one. So it's like there are so many,
I
like,
think
you know,
it's 3.
no, because weapon masteries and weapon proficiencies are different. Just because you get
Okay.
proficiency in a weapon doesn't mean you have mastery
Right.
in it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so even with College of Valor, when you get the proficiency in martial weapons, you still have to take a feat on top of that just to be able to do the nicks and the topple and all the little cool extra things. And you can only, I think, the way the feats are for 2024, I think the weapon mastery one, because there's the other one that's like, it used to be called Weapon Master or something, and it was like gain proficiency in 4 weapons. And they
Right.
might still have that one, but that's just proficiency. It's not the extra little
I
skills.
gotcha.
But bards, dude, they're pretty cool. They're pretty
Bards,
fun.
yeah.
They're versatile. They're really good at doing all kinds of things. I would say that they're known for support, but not support in a traditional healing sense. Although they can
more
heal.
Crowd control and kind of making everybody better with the bardic inspirations and kind of buffs rather than straight up healing.
Yeah.
Although
Trying
with
to
your
put
dips
down
and,
some big AoE
you know,
things. And
Yeah. There are, with magical secrets and access to the cleric spell list, you can make yourself a pretty decent healer as well. Just kind of
oh, yeah.
however you want to play it.
Yeah. a lot of options, tons of options. But sometimes, like I said about the magical secrets, I don't want to harp on it. I don't want to become a curmudgeon or anything like that. Sometimes I like less options. That's just me. I like the challenge of it, which is why when I'm thinking about flavored beverages, I'm thinking I only need one flavor, and that's grapefruit. Thank you, Fresca, for sponsoring
absolutely
this episode.
Not. No. That's all we can get into this time. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Soyouwannabeadm, or you can ask us a question at soyouwannabeadm@gmail.com. If you like the episode, don't forget to give us 5 stars in a review wherever you found us, and check out our Patreon, the Twitch, and our merch with the link in the description. Join us next time for more Dungeon Master tips and tricks.
Bye.
See you.
And now I get to shout out the members of our Patreon gang. Nub Muffins, may Paylor's light shine upon you. And then there's Tappy, Molly, and Elijah. Thank you all so much for being members of our Patreon gang. Remember, you can find the link to that in the description of the episode. And also remember this. We love you. Thanks again, and tune in next time for more tips and tricks from So You Wanna Be a DM.